Welcome everyone to this webinar. It's about the solar cost of energy and what happens next. Next slide. Today, we have today's presenters are Samantha Miller, Faith in Places Energy and Climate Change Support, Isioma Odum, Faith in Places Energy and Climate Change Coordinator, and we have two guest speakers from Sunrun, Benjamin Johnson, Field Sales Consultant, and Bejeray Morrison, Solar for All Program Manager. Faith in Place empowers Illinois people of all faiths to be leaders in caring for the earth, providing resources to educate, connect, and advocate for healthier communities. At Faith in Place, we believe that when people of faith lead the environmental movement, it is a movement focused on justice and care for our common environment. Faith in Place is located in several regions of Illinois, and that is Chicago, Lake County, north and west suburbs, Champaign-Urbana, and southern Illinois. So what part of Illinois are you from? Please enter it in the chat. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks. So let's get to know our Faith in Place programs. First, we have 5 program areas, and the first one is energy and climate change. You can learn ways to conserve and save energies, sign up for smart energy programs, schedule energy audits for your home and your houses of worship. Advocacy. We educate communities and people of faith on ways to advocate for environmental and climate justice and to take action to support justice-based climate solutions. With our sustainable food and land use program, across the country, many communities lack access to nourishing, affordable food and safe green spaces where they can connect with nature. Our sustainable food and land use program addresses this through supporting local agricultural education around food justice, access to nature, which is through our nature outings, and the creation of native and vegetable gardens, and our Migration and Me program. Water. Faith in Place works with people of all faiths to build solutions to the most pressing water needs in their area. You ask, what can you do? You can download our grandchildren's water curriculum. You can reduce flooding by creating a rain garden, and you can take action by advocating for clean water. And lastly, our youth program, which is our Eco Ambassadors. Faith in Place empowers environmental education to youth leaders ages 14 to 18 from across Illinois to become environmental justice leaders. The program brings leaders from diverse fields to connect and educate with youth. Youth also complete leadership projects using their skills from dance to architecture to care for our shared lands. So how we carry this out? We carry out our mission of caring for the earth through our Green Team model. Green teams help their faith communities address many different earth care issues and help implement the vision of diverse people of all faiths sharing the commitment to care for the earth by connecting with Faith in Place's 5 program areas mentioned in the previous slides. Faith in Place will provide you with a staff member to serve as a coach for your green team at your house of worship. This coach will serve as a mentor to your group and will keep you updated with programs and opportunities for earth care in your area. Green team coaches will reach out at least twice a month and may attend your meetings and events. And each fall, Faith in Place hosts our annual Green Team Summit in Chicago. This event allows people of all faiths across Illinois to come together and support each other in their earth care activities. A day full of workshops and networking opportunities will empower you to take your green teams to the next level. Here is a rundown for today's webinar. It will cover the following: faith in place, and what are the different energy sources, what is happening now, why is the cost of energy increasing and by how much, what can and will be done, what programs and resources does Faith in Place have in place, what are some tips and tricks to save money this winter. And part two, our guest speakers from Sunrun will talk about the Illinois Solar for All program, and Sunrun will answer your questions about the solar program at the end. And with that, I will turn it over to Isioma.
Thank you. So before we get into talking about solar, I want to provide some context on the topic. So energy sources are broken into two categories: renewable energy and non-renewable energy. Renewable energy, or clean energy as it's often referred to, because it comes from natural sources, are processes that constantly are replenishing itself. Scientists and environmentalists believe that renewable energy offers the benefit of lower emissions of carbon and other types of pollution. Examples of renewable energy are hydropower, geothermal, wind, solar, and biomass. Non-renewable energy includes fossil fuels such as oil, gas, and coal, and are only available in limited amounts and take a long time to replenish. And for example, when you pump gas at the gas station, you're using a finite resource refined from crude oil that's been around since prehistoric times. Also, you are most likely to find non-renewable energy in only certain parts of the world, as opposed to renewable energy, which can be found everywhere because there's always sun and there's always wind. So more people have access to renewable energy, which makes this a more appealing source. The climate crisis is happening because to produce energy, we burn fossil fuels, and this releases greenhouse gases, which trap heat in the earth, making it warmer. Greenhouse gases, or GHGs, are naturally found in the atmosphere, and they are an important part of keeping our planet warm and livable. The most plentiful greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide, or CO2, which, because of human activities, emit fossil fuels into the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is also the most important GHG because it can remain in the atmosphere for up to 200 years, whereas methane is a more potent greenhouse gas, meaning it can trap more heat, and it only remains in the atmosphere for 12 years. According to the Washington Post, 15% of all US greenhouse gas emissions have occurred in the past decade. And no country has contributed to those emissions as much as the United States has, with places like China also emitting more as well. The main greenhouse gas we hear about is, again, carbon dioxide, or CO2. And when climate scientists discuss heating, they talk about the degrees of warming. We are trying to get warming below 1.5 degrees to prevent drastic impacts on our world. 2 degrees of warming is associated with a certain amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, or 430 parts per million, or ppm, of CO2. In October 2020, we were at 411.51 ppm, and this October, we were at 413.93 ppm, according to recent data. So we're getting closer and closer. The problem with this is that fossil fuel burning power plants exacerbates injustice in health outcomes. So in Illinois, the country leads in fossil fuel burning plants located in communities of color. So children of color are 4 times as likely to be hospitalized and 10 times as more likely to die because of asthma attacks. So it impacts low-income communities the most. So what is going on? Well, since the pandemic, the demand for energy has gone up and the supply can't keep up with the demand. This winter, households could see an increase of $25 to $35 per month because the demand is higher during the winter. According to the Citizens Utility Board, prices charged by Illinois utilities have been double or triple what they were last year. So gasoline, our home heating oil, and natural gas are all on the rise all over the world, which could impact our economic recovery from the pandemic. And who will this impact the most? Again, low-income communities will feel the brunt of this increase. So who here remembers what happened in Texas this last winter? Yeah, experts say that extreme weather, which has been attributed to climate change, froze natural gas pipelines and wellheads in Texas and other areas of the South, limiting supply across the country just as heating demand was shooting up. So the limited supply coupled with high demand sparked skyrocketing market prices that has contributed to high utility supply rates all year. Other factors, according to CUBS, which is the Citizen Utility Board, is increased demand as economies worldwide begin to recover from the pandemic, increased liquid natural gas, less gas exploration, as well as construction in recent years, increased use of gas for electricity, and Hurricane Ida knocked more than 90% of the gas production in the Gulf of Mexico offline in late August. So energy efficiency is looking good right now. With energy efficiency, we can curb the rising costs of what is about to happen. And here are some things that you can do for the winter. Don't overlook your heating system. Close your blinds or cover your windows with blankets as an extra layer of protection against icy night winds. But let sunlight through when you can during the day to help heat up your home. Clear out your radiators, your registers, air returns, and baseboards of obstructions. Dust, carpet, and furniture can block the heat and leave a room chilly. Reduce the drafts. Pinpoint drafts in your home. Your hardware store can provide the materials to seal those leaks, but improvise if necessary. Clean or replace filters for a forced air heating system. A dirty or non-functioning filter does nothing but drain your money from your wallet. So check it every month and clean or replace it if it's dirty. And set your thermostat to 68 degrees when you are home and awake. When you are asleep or awake, you can turn it down about 7 to 10 degrees lower, but never go below 55 degrees because you could freeze your pipes. So we here at Faith in Place believe doing what we can in our own lives to cut back on energy from fossil fuels. We believe it helps protect from climate change, which is why we seek to change policies through our advocacy program. And to learn more about our advocacy program and request your Faithful Citizen workshop, you can check out our website at faithinplace.org. You can take action by reducing food waste, do an energy audit, start a green team, sign up for smart energy programs, support CEJA by signing our petition on our website, and watch out for community solar. 1/3 of the world's food wasted, so the greenhouse gases required to reduce it are also wasted. UN says that if food waste was a country, it'd be number 3 global greenhouse gas emitter. So ways that you can reduce your food waste: you can compost, you can eat a mostly plant-based diet or less meat. And because we're so cool here at Faith Place, we've come up with a whole waste kit that you can download right now from our website, that will teach you exactly how you can reduce your waste. So here's what we want you to remember when leaving the space today. Increasing energy efficiency to reduce costs mitigates climate change. So how else do you do this? Signing up for smart energy programs like peak time savings or hourly pricing. Our Amarin also has similar programs. They're called something else, but it's the same program. And it could also help to lower your energy bill. So commented Amarin's hourly pricing, our Amarin's Power Smart pricing program is for residential customers with smart meters. The price you pay varies from hour to hour based on wholesale market prices. You receive notifications and alerts of high prices, and you can choose to use less energy during high price times to save money on your electric bill. ComEd's peak time savings are Amarin's peak time rewards. Residential customers with smart meters opt into the program to get paid to use less electricity at high demand times. There's no cost to enroll and no penalty if you enroll and don't even participate. Solar is also another way to assist in your energy bill, which we'll learn about in a few moments from Sunrun. And I'll pass it back over to you, Samantha.
Okay, thank you, Isioma, for all of that great information. So we will take a poll, and would you sign up for hourly pricing or peak time savings? Could you please answer the poll question? Okay. Okay. Is that it? Okay. Everyone answer the poll question. Okay, so show the result. Did we show the results? There's not that many of us. Okay. So I need more information. Okay. Thank you so much. You can email us and we'll give you our email address so we can, you can either email us or we'll call you to give you more information about both programs. And with that, we will transition into part 2 of today's webinar after this short video.
At Faith in Place, we empower people of faith to fight climate change. But addressing the problem is not enough. We want to solve it in a way that prioritizes those most affected by climate change's impacts. We want climate justice. That is why we support the Illinois Solar for All program. Traditionally, solar energy is only available for wealthier communities. Illinois Solar for All is designed to give low-wealth communities access to solar energy through incentives that make solar installations affordable and keep electric bills down. The program is designed to serve people historically left out of the solar market: low to moderate income households, people of color, and residents of environmental justice communities which are most impacted by pollution from fossil fuels. A quarter of the program's funds are reserved for projects located in these communities. Illinois Solar for All also trains citizens returning from the justice system or leaving foster care to be solar installers, and then incentivizes solar contractors to hire this new workforce. Access to a solar career can make the difference for someone returning from prison. These jobs provide resources that help build a just economy, while increasing resilience to climate change for communities. Learn more about Solar for All and other just climate solutions by reaching out to Faith in Place.
Thank you for that great video. I hope it was very informative. And you can connect with Faith in Place by following us on our social media pages at Faith in Place. Visit our website, faithinplace.org, or email us at info@faithinplace.org. Thank you, and I will pass it over to Bejeray and Benjamin of Sunrun.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thanks, Faith in Place, for having us here tonight. We are very excited to share our amazing program with you all. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Ben, do you want to introduce yourself? Let me introduce myself properly too. My name is Bejeray. I am the Solar for All program manager here in Chicago, out of Sunrun. And I'm very, very excited to share our offer with you all tonight.
And I am Ben. I am out of Evanston, Illinois, just north of Chicago. And I'm one of the field consultants that goes out to the homes and qualifies homes and homeowners for the Solar for All program.
Great. Thank you, Ben. Okay, I'm trying to block myself off because I'm distracting myself, but forgive me. Illinois Solar for All is increasing access to solar energy. Just like the video said, and Isioma and Samantha, our climate issues are in the brunt of communities that are underserved, and they have to feel the brunt of all of the issues that pollution destroys our earth. And this is our way of helping everyone access solar panels, solar energy, green energy, improving their financial outlook, reducing their costs for energy, and allowing them to partake in this new industry without any financial investments. Sunrun at a glance. We are the nation's leading residential solar provider. So we started solar as a service so that you could lease it and it's more affordable. You don't have to have $30,000, $40,000 in the savings account to access solar with Sunrun. We have over 630,000 customers nationwide, and currently we have 95 projects within the Illinois Solar for All program that have been installed. So we've been very successful, and we plan on taking this program to the heights. A little bit more about what Solar for All is. It's a state-funded program that provides incentive for solar systems that serve low-income individuals and environmental justice communities. These specific installed solar systems helps Illinois meet its clean energy goals, and it provides greater access to solar energy to low-income residents with incentives to make solar affordable. With our program, our participants see 100% savings on their energy from solar. Everyone that participates in the Illinois Solar for All program, regardless of the approved vendor they select, will see some savings, at least 50%. For the Illinois Solar for All program, you have to be income eligible, and it's based off of your household. So homeowners that are income eligible in a single family residence, so that's 1-unit homes or townhomes up to 4 meters, as long as the household combined income is less than 80% of the area median income. Eligibility is verified by Sunrun and validated by Illinois Solar for All. That is the program administrator, and they technically pay Sunrun instead of the homeowner. If you are not eligible for Illinois Solar for All, and I'll go into the details of what 80% AMI looks like for a household of 1 to 8 momentarily, but I wanted to give Ben a moment to talk a little bit about Illinois Shines. That's the general program that we offer for individuals that do not qualify for Solar for All.
Sure. So their Illinois Shines program is offered via the state as well. Sunrun is an approved vendor for that as well. This is for folks that essentially are in a better position financially, make too much money, above the area median income. We still install your system with no upfront costs. And what is happening in that example is you would have a monthly payment to us below what your current ComEd bills look like. That is credit-based requirement, not an income-based requirement. So we have a soft credit check that we run for that program specifically. So both great programs, just for different people depending on their eligibility for each one.
Thank you, Ben. Okay, just briefly, our offer is no upfront costs. There are no ongoing monthly payments. So in year 5, you're not going to start getting a bill from Sunrun. For the duration of the contract for 20 years, you do not pay for your solar energy. Okay, that does not mean that you don't pay anybody for energy. You're still going to pay ComEd, but you do not pay my company, Sunrun. A little bit more about the offer. So there are no payments of any kind for the duration of the program. That includes the system itself. So the solar system, like the panels that you see on this home right here, monitoring, maintenance, the warranty, and a roof penetration protection. So if there's any leaks that happen where the sun panels are installed, we protect you from that. Insurance is provided throughout the contract. So for 20 years, the product itself is insured, and so is your home. The lease transfers if the home is sold, okay? So the ownership of the system can be transferred at the end of the contract. So at the end of 20 years, the homeowner can decide if they want the system removed at no cost, if they want to renew their system, if they would like to purchase it, or if they would like to upgrade their system. This is Miss Marie Cunningham. I saw that someone said that they're from the West Side earlier. Her home is outside of the norm, okay? So I don't want everybody to think that you will always have a $0 ComEd bill. That is not the case. Generally, we get ComEd bills down to about $15. That is the lowest I've seen before I talked to Marie a couple of days ago. She applied for Illinois Solar for All last December. It took us about 2 to 3 weeks to get the consultations completed, the documentation in, and everything approved so that we could get her validated and prove that she definitely qualifies for the Illinois Solar for All program. Once that happened, we sent out a site inspector to determine if her roof, the structure of her home, and her electrical system was up to code so that we could install solar panels on her home. We did that in February. During the large snow storms that we had up here, we were still able to install, and she was able to power her solar system on in April. When she turned her system on, that is when the solar system began working, and she has not seen a bill above $0 from ComEd since she started in April. It is outside of the norm. So I want to make sure everyone knows that that is not a normal scenario. It is an awesome, amazing scenario, but it is not normal. Okay, so her offset is 80%, which means her normal usage for a year was about 8,000, 8,500, right? We could produce 6,700 from the solar system. So 80% of the energy that she needed is coming from the solar panels. Marie did something which is spectacular, which is she made her home energy efficient after she went solar. So she had a 12-month usage of 8,400. That's what she needed, and that's what we built, a system for 8,400 kilowatts. Now she has done some work through CETA to get her home weatherized so that she's using less energy, which means more of her energy that she needs is coming from her solar panels, and she's getting less from ComEd. She's also on the time, what we just saw in that video, where you can choose to use your electronics during non-peak hours and save money that way. So she is just a phenomenal participant, okay? And she is green all the way. If we want to take a look at the back of her bill, we can see how she's able to get that $0 payment due to ComEd monthly. And that is because of the usage that she is giving back to ComEd every month. And there is a generation credit that she is able to use per month. So eventually during the winter months, that will run out. But it looks like she's using, $30 or $40 per month of energy. And those credits are coming off of what she already produced. And so more than likely, she will not see a bill more than $15 by March. And then again in April, the sun is up again and she's going to be producing more energy. This is another home, about the same offset, but her bill is about $15. She's got 11 panels and her home was already weatherized, so she couldn't do anything else to make her home more energy efficient. But that $15 ComEd bill, and this is a West Side resident in a townhome. So her roof space was smaller than a normal home, but we were still able to put 11 panels up. This is Miss McClinton. She's in Chatham. She started her application in March. We were able to install, so she's like one of my first participants. That's why it took so long, but she's very satisfied, and she patiently waited to get installed. We actually had to do some extra sistering the day of install. We found that her roof had like a weak point, and we had to like change the design and add some sistering. So every project is case by case, and we definitely take a lot of consideration on the front end to make sure that homes are solar ready, so that we do not have to come back and do any types of maintenance. But we do, and it is included. Okay, I want to show you guys our flyer. See if I can smooth. Ooh, it was almost smooth. It was so smooth. Okay, so this is our flyer, and it basically just is a small synopsis of what our offer is. The information that I want to bring to your attention right now is the breakdown of who is qualified, because it is based off of households. So our normal participant is usually on Social Security income without a pension. If they have both a Social Security income and a pension and they're retired, usually they are over. Households of two, 50,600, usually a household of four. If there's one head of household that's working, a stay-at-home parent, and two kids that aren't working, that household typically qualifies, but we have to do the due diligence to make sure that they do qualify. We love homeowners that are already participating in programs like LAHEAP or Medicaid, or TANF or SNAP. They have already been federally determined to meet the income requirements for Solar for All. So the next thing we need to do is just make sure that their home qualifies. I do want to reiterate this because it is so outside of our normal thinking, right? It's no cost. It's not free. It's no cost to the customer or the participant, because it is fully paid for by Illinois Solar for All and the work that our policymakers have done with CEJA. Okay, so our product includes, our offer includes the actual panels, the inverters, service, installation, maintenance, and repairs. You don't pay for any of that. Insurance is included, warranty, monitoring, and your electricity is 100% savings. There really is nothing bad I can say about this program other than it sounds too good to be true, but it is amazing, and I hope that we share the news, share the wealth of information so that we can take advantage of it. We are the next step, right? We are the solution to higher energy costs, to our world. Like, we are the solution, right? We're gonna help green our infrastructure, and we're also gonna help save so much money for individuals that need it the most. That's all I have. Do you guys have any questions? I see there's some in the chats.
I'm on top of it. Okay, I got the chat unlocked. So a couple of the questions. Yes, Marie has hourly pricing. And then there was a question regarding qualification. Once you're qualified, the system's up and running. That's it. They're not going to come back and continually check your income. So get those solar panels up, then become a billionaire, and they won't even come back and take it. You're all good to go.
Yes, I'll add to that. So we income verify one time. If there's like a 6-month time frame between when we first start the application and install, Illinois Solar for All may do another sweep of the income to make sure that you still qualify. But the normal thought is we want more people with solar. So if you qualify, and you start making money, it's not a penalty, especially if you've already been installed and we've already established that you have been income validated. If if your household increases or decreases, we don't care. We do have to make sure that you're income validated at the point of application. But if that changes, we're not going to come back and say, hey, you're making more money now. Now you have to pay. And to add to that, if the homeowner sells the home, whoever takes on the home, whoever gets the ComEd energy bill in their name, they get to continue the program. The lease is transferred over to them. They are not income validated at all. It's like a grandparented in situation.
So you said from sometimes it could take from assessing to the actual installation 6 months. Is that the normal time frame?
No, that is when I first started. We have it down to less than 2 months now.
Great. Now, I heard in the beginning that you guys talked about this was for homeowners, right? So do you guys have a program for houses of worship?
So currently we do not. Sunrun is specifically for residential homes, but we do offer this program to renters. So you do not have to be a homeowner. You can also be a renter to qualify.
But Faith in Place does have a solar program through Illinois Solar for All for houses of worship. So you just keep in contact with us, Pastor Sharma.
I will. So for an individual who owns homes or are renters, they can just contact the number that's here on the screen and start the assessing process.
Correct.
Exactly.
That number is this phone. So make it start ringing, and I'll come out and set up times to meet with y'all. We are ComEd only, so if y'all are in Ameren, we're not there yet, but we do hope to be soon. 2 other questions in the chat. What type of roof must I have? We install on asphalt shingles, 10 to 45 degree pitch, or a rolled roof, not rubber, 4.5 degrees to 9.5 degrees, I believe. We are starting on metal in Illinois, but that is like new as of 2 weeks ago. Other states we install on other surfaces, but here that's the restrictions here. Do you usually design for 80%? No. Typically we will try to offset as much as your energy as possible. Just coincidence, those were both 80%. There's a lot of factors going into it. Degree of pitch, what direction does the roof face, shading, how much roof space is available, what's sticking out of your roof, vents, skylights, chimneys, etc. Most homes' roof surface is not large enough to generate 100% of the energy. So we typically will see between 80 and 85% on an average home.
Mm-hmm.
We
try to get up to 100% as often as we can, though. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Is it possible that if you come in contact with a homeowner and the roof is not conducive, that you can do panels like on an offsite?
That's a very sticky question.
Yes.
Okay. It's
Technically,
sticky, right?
yes. Technically speaking, yes. With the Solar for All program, no, because we are a third-party company to build the structure. For example, the mounting system that it would be on, those run $10,000, something to that effect, and they're not covered in the program. Now, if you're talking about a detached garage or something like that, it would depend on how much space is available. That's a
right. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you for answering that sticky question.
Yeah. Very sticky. No, I said sticky. Sticky.
No, I said sticky.
Okay.
I said, yes. I say stinky. I said sticky.
So that's also something that we come up against often, where the home is not solar ready, right? Either the roof is too old, or missing shingles, or the foundation is not strong enough for the weight of the solar panels. And so we do help out with some of those mitigations. We cannot do a whole complete re-roof, but we can do some smaller mitigations. Oftentimes we get electrical meters up to code. Cold water grounding is necessary in Chicago. We do lots of mitigations, and we incorporate that cost. We don't pass that on to the homeowner.
Okay, I'm just thinking about members of my congregation. So a lot of these questions are some that I would answer for them, just thinking. So what if someone is a renter and they are receiving maybe Social Security? Are they eligible to apply for it? They're a renter. How would that work for a renter? They don't own the building, but they're renting.
So the renter, especially if they're in Social Security income, that means they probably qualify. They would be the Illinois Solar for All participant, and then the homeowner will sign off on the Sunrun contract. So they have to give permission. The homeowner has to give permission for Sunrun to install the solar panels, and then the tenant or the renter, they are the actual participant in the program.
So what if I move away? It's still there. So the next tenant is eligible to maintain, to have that solar. Okay, that makes sense.
And they don't have to be income qualified.
Right, because there's no more income checking from that point.
Okay. So it benefits the homeowner to the 10th degree.
Of course, yes, absolutely. That's really great that program is extended to renters, because as you said, the homeowner may not qualify for it, but if their renter does, it puts them in an amazing position to be able to have solar on their building. So it's a multi-unit building, maybe 3 stories, and one of the renters qualified. I mean, all of them get an opportunity to take access to it, or what?
Just the person that in that unit with that comment bill can qualify. So if there's 3 separate units, and let's say the top floor has a tenant that meets the income requirement, we would build a system based off of their usage and the entire roof space of the home. Does that make sense?
Well, only that one tenant would be benefiting then, correct?
I mean, yes. Because if all of the tenants qualify, we technically could build a system for each of them, but we're going to reduce the amount of roof space for each system.
Got it. So technically, all 3 of them could qualify and receive a benefit.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. That's great. Okay.
Each individual system will be tied into the specific meter, ComEd meter for that floor or unit or whatever it may be. So that's how the breakdown will go. And then Bejeray, quick question in the chat. The rental qualification statewide, or is that a Sunrun policy?
Can you repeat the question?
Is the renter qualification a statewide?
That's through Illinois Solar for All.
Wow, I did not know that.
That is their that's their deal. That's their policy. And this, you guys can see my screen right here. I have Advanced Energy Solutions. They are in Southern Illinois. They do not have any payments of any kind. So they are similar to Sunrun. And you know what? This is old. I think Advanced Energy Solutions is still up there, but their offer is ending December 31st. So I don't know how accurate that is. They may continue on with the program because it just got extended. Okay, and I wanted to pull up the image of the 4-unit, because this particular house or this particular townhome, the neighbors share a roof. Oh, you can't really see it here. Well, you can tell that this is multiple homes, right?
Yeah.
So this home got her own system. Her neighbor has a system. But so their roof space does not necessarily, if there were 2 people that lived in this specific home and there were 2 different units, we would be able to put 2 separate systems on top of the roof. but obviously the roof space is limited. And so we would have to be able to put at least 7 panels up per meter.
Another quick
And with that, we have the last question.
one
What
more.
if the multi-unit site has master metering?
I don't know the answer to that. I can look it up and let you know.
Okay, that was from Wade Halva in Southern Illinois. So
My assumption is that if the person who is responsible for the master meter, if their name is on a bill and they qualify, then we would be able to install for that unit. But I'm not familiar with master metering.
Okay.
We've been doing some looking into it down here, and it gets really complicated really fast on a lot of levels. But I figured you had answers we hadn't heard before. I'd see if you had another answer we hadn't heard before.
That's a new one. Wait, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Okay. Any more questions? We can take one more and. Okay. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Benjamin.
We have one
and
more question.
Bejeray. You do? Where?
Yeah,
Oh, what's the process if you're over income requirement?
The process is still call me. I will set up a time to meet with you. I'll run you through how it works, what the pricing will look like monthly, and then we do a soft credit check to see if you hit the credit requirement, assuming it all makes sense for you. It's still $0 to install the system up front, and then you just have a monthly payment to us for the energy being generated instead of buying that same energy from ComEd.
Okay.
Does the payment depend on your income? The monthly payment?
No, the payment depends on how much energy you're using, right? So if the solar system is generating 5,000 kilowatt hours, it's 5,000 kilowatt hours times whichever rate option. There's 2 different options that you choose, divided by 12. Or if you're using 10,000, right, it'd be 10,000 times that number. So it's typically going to be about 15-20% below what your ComEd rate is right now, unless you've, well, I won't get too deep into it, but there's over 100 different rate plans with ComEd, so it gets messy. But that's part of what I do, is come in and see which one are you on, where are we at, how can we best assist you.
And with that, I would like to thank everyone for attending and this webinar. And Sunrun, here's their information. Bejeray Morris at gosunrun.com/Bejeray Morrison, and her number, and Benjamin. Sorry about that, Benjamin, about the title earlier, but pronounce your last name?
Johnan.
Johnan.
I get Johnson all the time, so I
yeah.
me.
Apologies.
That's all right.
He's gosunrun.com/Benjamin.
Yeah, I put my link in the chat there, so if you all want to, you can click there. If you're interested in the ComEd area, you just fill out your information there. It will come directly to me.
Okay, and with that, I'll pass it to Isioma to close.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We hope that you learned something new today, and so we'll see you next time. Have a great evening, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys. This was awesome. Thanks so much for the presenters and each of you. Bye-bye now.